What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Redriveraviation. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day today, and today we have an update video for you guys. So I hope you guys are excited for today's video. We do have quite a bit of material to go over in this video. We do have a significant update. The result was very interesting, and I'll talk about that throughout this video, but nevertheless, we have that result, and I also want to talk about starting my senior year of high school, and also talk about the tentative future and that sort of deal. So like I said, hope everybody's doing well, and thank you guys for being here today. So it's been still trying to recover. It's been very, very difficult, as you guys know, but I do have some critical news that I do want to talk to you guys about, and I also apologize. I wanted to make this video earlier. I haven't made a video in a week and a half, but I've been waiting on the results of this test to come back so I could have some critical information for you guys. And I was very, very confident about this test as well, being what it ended up being a different result than what we expected. But nevertheless, that's what we were waiting on for a couple days, so I apologize. But let's dive into the update. So I want to talk about the main medical thing first, and then we'll move into the high school stuff and then kind of the tentative stuff. So let's begin with what we think was going on. So after doing some more extensive research on mono, you know, we're over 3 months in at this point. It's been very, very difficult. After doing some extensive research, we found what's called celiac disease, which we were very confident that this is what my issue was. So celiac disease is pretty much gluten intolerance. So pretty much just the rule of thumb for it is you can't have gluten, but the actual disease pretty much rips away at your small intestine from what I read online, and is it really hurts your internals, I should say. So it's a relatively common disease. Quite a few people have it, and here's the situation of how this all kind of unpacked. So we were doing some more extensive research, like I said, and we stumbled upon celiac disease and these symptoms of it especially. And we also did some research to see how celiac disease symptoms come about. Well, typically after somebody has a virus and their immune system is super depleted, such as mono, COVID, flu, you name it, these one may already have celiac disease, but they don't know about it because they don't have symptoms. However, once the immune system is depleted and can't recover very well, sometimes symptoms develop for things that one doesn't know about. So that is exactly what we thought happened here. So celiac disease, like I said, gluten intolerance, and it would have been very, very difficult to do as such, but I'll kind of talk about it. So the first thing I want to talk about is the effects that I would have had if I would have had it. Spoiler alert, I do not have it, but I'll kind of talk about the storyline as we go here. So pretty much no gluten, so you know. There's quite a few things to have gluten in it, of course. I could name off so many things, but I would have been without those for the rest of my life, which would have been very, very, very difficult, most certainly. It would have been really, really hard, especially public eating. They have a lot of gluten-free stuff that you can buy at the grocery store and make stuff with, but in terms of restaurants, it would have been very difficult. But nevertheless, it's really interesting because everything was really adding up to this. So obviously, like I said, I've had mono, of course, so that leads to the depleted immune system. But I'm going to read over these symptoms now. These symptoms made a lot of sense because I have so many of them. So I was very surprised that it didn't turn out to be celiac disease. But I'll talk about those results more in a minute. But I have a chart here on the screen that we're taking a look at. So I'll go through these and briefly talk about each one. But for the most part, you know, these are kind of self-explanatory. The whole list on the screen if you want to take a look. And if you're having any of these symptoms, I highly recommend getting tested for it. But nevertheless, we'll start over here with behavioral because that was a lot of my symptoms. Brain fog's definitely one of the main ones. It's been super hard to put up with. It's just been beyond bad. I'm not a fan of it, but nevertheless, brain fog was definitely a huge one. Anxiety, I've kind of had some in the past, limited to a limited degree, but I've kind of seen even more to this point, which has been unfortunate. Loneliness and isolation definitely, most certainly, has been really tough. The ones in that reddish color are the most common. Mood swings, definitely have seen mood swings as well. And I could be a little paranoid because I saw this list and kind of just said, oh, I have this, oh, I have that. But legitimately, the brain fog, definitely. I've also had some very weird panic attacks as well. I think it's just mainly stressing out and probably the mono, but I'll kind of talk about that more in a second. But they were absolutely awful. I've had a couple of them that have been really bad. In terms of skin, the main one here that I've had is the pale skin. I have had some pale skin over time. You can check out some of those previous videos, but I'll talk about our fix for that. The miscellaneous category does have a couple as well. I've had some weird chills, also some real dizziness as well. Headaches have been really bad, especially recently, which has been unfortunate. It wasn't near as bad when I first was diagnosed with mono again, but the headaches have definitely been bad. For the rest of this list, I haven't really found anything else. I have had sleeping issues too, but I'll kind of talk about everything on this list and why I feel like that these symptoms are expected with mono. Internal stuff recently especially, but I think I have a reason why. I've had some weird appetite kind of comes and goes, which has been really weird. I also have had some stomach pain, but I'll talk about those particularly in a moment. Not really anything too awful joint pain, maybe a couple, couple cramps here and there, but nothing crazy. And then here's the big one. I'm sure you guys remember that video from last month when we talked about vitamin D. Well, if you go down here to the vitamin deficiencies, low vitamin D is one in red, of course, low vitamin B12 and low iron and low calcium. So, as you can tell, it has a lot of potential symptoms and quite a few that people suffer with on a regular basis. So, mono from what I've looked up and what I just would take a guess on, definitely can mimic quite a few of those, especially the brain fog, fatigue. I forgot to mention the fatigue on the miscellaneous. The fatigue was on there as well. And the low vitamin D as well. I don't think my vitamin D was, beyond low to where dangerously low, but I definitely think it was lower than, definitely concerning low from when we did that test back in July. And then in terms of the stomach pain and the weird appetite, I really feel like that's because over the last week, I've got off gluten completely because I was super, super, super confident that's what it was. And that led to... I got off gluten, and obviously that internally is a massive change. But on top of that, I really started to feel a little bit better. But in terms of, in general, if anybody gets off gluten, it's going to help them feel better because, gluten, sugar, that sort of deal, it definitely helps. Even if one doesn't have anything, just a gluten-free diet in general is very, very helpful. So that is... the symptom list. So like I said, I was very confident with all those symptoms and the whole experience. And on top of that, I also just thought that I had it the whole time for such a long time. I just was able to overcome it because I was in such a good spot mentally and just always was pushing through. Some days I really didn't feel great, but I just pushed through, and I was in such a routine, such a grind that I was able to overcome these things, and I was really in a great shape. But like I said, when I went down with mono in May, it really just seemed like it would be the perfect storm, that this is finally what it was going to be. And long term, it would have been devastational because, no gluten would have been very, very, very inconvenient. We did the blood work on Monday, and we got the test back today, like I was talking about, for the celiac disease panel test. Absolutely nothing. Everything was fine. I was very surprised. I only found out like an hour ago as of recording this. Really lost, to be honest. I was really really out of the loop. Especially the panic attacks. That was the weirdest symptom of everything. But it turns out this is not what it is. Everything added up, after all that research and everything we looked into. But it turns out, and I forgot the oral, but there was nothing really on there that was, critical to my situation particularly. But yeah, it was not celiac disease. So long term, it's a huge relief, of course. But just for the short term until I get better, it's really I don't even know what to say, to be quite honest. I'm really, really lost in that regard. So I guess you could say that the struggle continues. For the moment, it's just mono is really taking its time to heal. And like I said, there's been times when I felt better. I had to do a lot of pushing through during July and into August, of course. Recently, it has been a little bit better, especially since I've been off the gluten. But, last week was really, really difficult with band camp. I was able to push through to do that, but that was very hard. And then school, of course, started today, which I'll talk about that more in a minute. But just to conclude the full celiac disease conversation, very surprised. It definitely is relieving long term, don't get me wrong. I'm just still lost for the moment on what the heck's going on, so. Yeah, but we were very confident that that's what it was going to be. It turns out that that's not the issue. So, yeah. But that kind of brings us to the present day. I'm definitely feeling a little bit better after since getting off the gluten completely. I'll probably just try to lighten up on the gluten and not overdo it on it to see if that kind of helps overall, which I'm hopeful that it may help a little bit. But we have that, and then let's talk about school a little bit. So school started today, senior year of high school. It's crazy that it's already here, but it is rather insane to me. It goes way too fast, guys. Please enjoy it. Please enjoy it. Please enjoy it. But senior year is already here. First day of school was today or yesterday when I'm uploading this. It was a great first day. Really, really enjoyed it. It was hard to push through, but I was able to do as such. And yeah, wasn't too bad. But yeah, schedule is relatively flexible, which I'm very, very excited about. I do have 2 flex hours essentially in terms of if I need to come home and I want to record a video really bad, if the light's good or something, I can do that. But I may talk about that more in a future video, but that's kind of non-practical. I got some normal classes, have some college concurrent classes, that sort of deal. So yeah, but that's all set up. So yeah, but I kind of want to tell some particular details here of what to expect, and I really want to have an honest conversation here for the latter part of this video. So as you guys know, this is I've been kind of mentioning this periodically for a few months now, and even towards the end of my really, really good run in April, or when I was able to be doing videos consistently and had such a good push and wasn't sick. But guys, this is kind of the final go at it in terms of full on bottle airport updates every week, all kinds of videos, full on just grind. I have always absolutely loved making videos and have had such a fun time doing as such, and it's been absolutely amazing, and I'm super excited to continue as such for hopefully a long time to come. But this has kind of been the high school gig for me, if you will. My goal has been to go completely through high school and make some awesome videos and really, really enjoy it with everything that we're doing. And that's exactly what we've tried to do. These last 3 months have been super frustrating, as you can tell. We had like 5 actual videos, which is rather unexpected. And it's been a very difficult time, as you guys can tell. It's been a very difficult time for me. I'm sure as the viewers, this has been definitely a change for sure. Maybe a rather easy change for some than others. Depends really, I guess, how compassionate one can be through the internet, which that's kind of for anybody to judge. I personally think it's a great outlet, but nevertheless, it's not really practical. What is, though, is that for the moment, we're kind of still in play it by ear mode. As you guys can see, Dallas is set up back there, so I'm really excited to get that video rolling. But it's very frustrating because I've talked about the progressive recovery for such a long time, and maybe we do find another answer in terms of a celiac disease, something like that, that maybe we finally find an issue for why I haven't been feeling good. But if we've done my lab work 5 times now, everything's been perfect. The mono level itself, though, on this test hasn't improved a lot, which is really, really good to hear. So that does indicate that I am feeling better. But the mono is still, it's not out completely in terms of the immune system test, I guess. I guess mono is kind of a really hard understanding in terms of reactivation. In terms of the test, it's kind of a complicated system. But from what I've been told, it's been improving, which is really awesome. So we're still under the assumption that it's been mono. And the internet does prove that it does take usually 3 to 6 months, even though my first time having it didn't take that long. You know, I guess I just got a really awful case of it, and it's just been such a long recovery. And I apologize to everybody that has been waiting for, I know I was trying really hard to do so many collaborations and all sorts of deals with numerous people, you know, numerous projects. And I apologize to each and every one of you that that's had to be put on hold or not necessarily canceled, but really indefinitely postponed. I apologize to everybody that's watching this video. That you guys know who you are, and I apologize about that. I also apologize about my lack of activity on social media, as well as DMs and comments and everything of that realm. It's been a really difficult time for me, and I'm not the one to make excuses. You guys saw how much effort and dedication I put in before I got sick. This has been definitely one of the hardest things that I've went through my 18 years of life to this point. And I'm really lost. I really don't know what to say. Very frustrated would be an understatement. I am very glad that I'm feeling a little bit better, but you know, not being celiac disease, mono just running its course, and this is, I really don't know how this is just, I don't know how this isn't more of an issue for a lot of people, you know, missing numerous days of school and or numerous months and that sort of deal. I mean, I just don't understand. But it's been a very difficult time. And I'm hopeful that it gets better. I'm very hopeful. But I mean, the full-on plan once, I mean, this is just the frustrating part is, you know, it's hard to see, the progress is just coming so slow. And, you know, I'm one of those guys that I just love to put my foot on the pedal and just get back to doing everything immediately, which unfortunately it's been very hard to be patient with it because I haven't been able to do that, of course, obviously. And, I'm really hopeful that we get going soon. I'm very hopeful because this has been a very difficult time, like I've said. So, but I can assure you guys, when things are back moving, like I've promised since I've got sick, it's going to be absolutely awesome. Massive Unboxing 16, that's going to be one to talk about for a long time. There's going to be some real implementations. If you guys remember Massive Unboxing number 10, my most popular video, it's going to be just an enhanced version. You know, with the new models that got released yesterday, which I didn't even get a chance to talk about that yet, but they were awesome. It's going to be absolutely fire. And we have stuff all the way back from April, which is, you know, sad but exciting, I guess. But it's going to be awesome. It's going to be something that you're not going to want to miss out on. It may be 2 hours, but it will be awesome. So I can assure you guys, giveaways planned, a massive unboxings planned, model airport updates planned, trip reports planned. I haven't even got to talk about that really. I didn't even get a good chance to talk about the Daytona Beach trip. Overall, outside of not being able to do the return itinerary I was planning on, it was absolutely awesome to what I was able to enjoy. But it was a bunch of fun. And, you know, we're not in an ideal situation right now. I'm just patiently waiting. I really don't... I'm going to try really hard to push through to make at least maybe even one actual video a week would be a start. That's the first thing up. And then I'm hopeful that my goal right now is around my birthday, which is in less than a month. Wow. Less than a month till my birthday. So that's like literally the only thing I'm asking for my birthday is just to feel better. That's literally it. I know that sounds beyond stupid, but that's literally the only thing I want. And I just want to feel better. That's literally it. I don't even want to celebrate my birthday. I'm going to postpone my birthday celebration until I feel better. And I know everybody's asking, is like, where's the unboxings? Where's the massive unboxings? Where's the reviews? And I promise, I just want everything to be to the highest standard possible. And, you know, there's a couple exceptions to that rule with some of the videos I pushed through during the summer, all those July airport updates, to push through to make them the best that I can. But I was just trying to get out of this slump or whatever it may be. But that will be perfect. I will be feeling ideal for that. You know, I'm fine with a little bit of brain fog, but I mean, to the level of what I've had and, you know, everything like that, it's been very tough. But what I wanted to entail in this segment, that I'm kind of going to go into some more detail here for a few minutes is, This is the final hurrah, everybody. And I don't want that to come out in a sad way or anything, but I mean, this is my last year of high school. Going forward in 2022, on from, end of summer 2022. I will be going to college. I have it narrowed down. That will also be something that we talk about more. Once I'm feeling completely better, we will have a full channel update and telling some of the future in terms of the next year, what kind of content we're going to be making. Or we may do it in a quarterly fashion like we have in the past, We'll be talking about future college stuff, videos that I'll be talking about. We'll be talking about all the model content that will be coming, which it will be back, I promise. We'll be back full-fledged. Now, I do not know if I'm going to be able to do 4 to 5 videos a week. I have no idea. I don't know what my college classes concurrent in terms of homework's going to bring. I should be fine, though, luckily, because I have plenty of time at school to do it. Sorry about that, but what I was saying was I'll have plenty of time at school to do it, so outside of the college application stuff, especially if I figure out where I'm going relatively soon, which I do not have an answer to that yet, but I'll be talking about that more in the future. In terms of the videos, I would definitely say once we're back going consistent, at least 3 videos a week. But we do have to keep in mind that my band's going to be back in full swing, the marching season. But honestly, I may not even be back to full strength by the time that's over anyways. I would darn sure hope so, but if not, that will be middle of October at that point. But outside of that, we should be in good shape. I'll keep you guys informed on it. But quite frankly, once we're back established, I would definitely say 2 to 4 videos a week is a guarantee. And also, I want to get back to live stream so bad. I've had so much fun with that. And even though this is the last hurrah, we may try some different content. Infinite Flight's got really good recently, so we may give a little shot at that. And I have a whole list somewhere under my college folders. I got a list of stuff of things that I want to do and kind of just the reminders and all that. I didn't even make an August schedule yet. I'm still going to make one even though I didn't even follow it. But, it's going to be awesome. And I really don't know what the future is going to be long-term into college. I haven't even got a real chance to sit down with a clear mind and think about that. But these are things that we'll just have to patiently work out if that's okay with you guys. And I really appreciate you guys bearing with me during these times. It's been a rather difficult period of my life. I'm super, super glad that I was able to have such a great stretch from, the pandemic on until May. And then obviously this summer's been rough. And I'm really hopeful that we'll be back into the full routine here very, very soon. I'm really tired of sitting in bed and just, feeling like crap. It's been beyond rough, and I'm ready to make it up to you guys. But please bear with me. I know maybe some people have lost interest, and I completely understand. But there's only so much I can do in a situation like this, and I'm really hopeful that things get fixed soon because going to school every day is going to be very, very difficult day in and day out, and it's been frustrating, but I'm here to trust the process, and I'm hopeful things get better. But we'll talk about everything more in the future, and I'm sorry that, trust me, I'm not procrastinating this stuff. I'm really not. The problem is that the health is just such a limitation right now. But I'll keep you guys informed on everything going on. Seriously, can't thank you guys enough for all the support, and hopefully things get better, but we just have to be patient with it, and soon enough we'll have more answers to the puzzle, but more pieces to the puzzle even, so fair way to say that. But I'll keep you guys informed on everything. I hope everybody's doing well. Thank you guys so much for watching, and yeah, comment and let's talk. I'll try to reply to everybody that I can. But outside of that, I hope everybody's doing well. Hopefully Dallas next week sometime. That's my next goal. I'm literally going to edit this, prepare it, get GSC ready, and get ready to film this. So trust me, we're going to have great stuff. And that's a big update coming up. There's, not any new models, but there's going to be a lot of good stuff in there. So I'm really excited. But nevertheless, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope everybody's doing well. Really appreciate it. And please comment and let me know what's going on and all that sort of deal if you want to. I highly recommend it. And excited to see what's going on. So yeah, I'll keep you guys informed, but I'm really hopeful that we're going to be on the better side of this very soon. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time as Redriveraviation is signing off.